Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the groundbreaking ceremony for our new center at Shattuck Street. My name is Gary Wilson. Thank you. My name is Gary Wilson. I'm the chairman of Littleton Select Board, and proud to be a member of the community in events like this especially. I want to let everybody know in advance, I will forget people to recognize. There's just, when you have a project that takes, what I've been told, 4 decades to make happen, I'm bound to forget a few people. But I would like to recognize a few individuals that are here today that had a lot to do with what's going on behind me. I wanted to thank Jim Arciero for being here, our representative. Thank you for coming out. I will be followed by 5 other speakers, but I do want to recognize Adam Frank. He's the COA Program Director, Executive Office of Elder Affairs here, representing Secretary Chen, so thank you. We have Joe Albanese, CEO of Commodore Builders here. You can hold your applause a little bit. We've got a few I'm going to go through. Of course, Liz Trediak will be speaking here this afternoon as well. Marge Payne, Council on Aging. Those will be the speakers, not in that order. But I also want to acknowledge, obviously, the COA board members, the ones that have only been on a few years, and the ones that have really stuck around as we make this a reality. The friends of the COA board members as well for just the support over the years and continued support that's going to really help revitalize and get this up and running. Vertex project managers, Commodore Builders, LLB Architects, these just great partners to have with things like this. Minuteman Senior Services Executive Director Kelly McGee-Wright. Is she here? I think, no? Not here yet, sorry. We have PMBC members here as well, I believe. Okay, Bartlett and Bob, thank you. Big part of everything we do in town when it comes to building, so we appreciate everything that you've done. I had mentioned Liz, but also her dedicated staff. Without you continuously pressing, these things don't happen, so thank you. The taxpaying community, I don't want to, we can't forget about that. These cost a lot of money. You know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we were looking at numbers of this, and even when we went to vote, obviously the once in a lifetime, once in a generation event happened with COVID, and things just got really crazy, and we watched these numbers go up and up and up, and we were able to make this happen. So there was a lot of question whether we could get the shovels in the ground. So a lot of people are to thank for that, and the ones that I mentioned, but a lot more, including the taxpayers. I also want to recognize the present and past senior citizenry, those not here with us and that wanted something like this, a center where this could happen. And I will say, me personally, when I got involved with the town, you know, finance committee, things like that, and I recognized some of the issues facing the community, and the senior center was one of them, that we needed a senior center. We needed a new facility for this. The font I was reading from was 11. Now it's 16, so. But I appreciate everyone being here. I have a short speech that I wrote, and then we'll get into the rest of our speakers. But thank you for coming out, and thank you for all those that I had mentioned, and those that I forgot, so thank you. I'm so humbled and proud to be sharing the ceremonial groundbreaking with all of you today. We not only are standing next to the future site of what will be a wonderful asset to the community, we are standing next to something that represents much, much more. The fulfillment of a promise. It represents tireless work. It represents persistence and an unwavering commitment by so many of you, so many of your neighbors, and so many that are no longer here with us today. Many of you watched as the town built an infrastructure that included emergency management buildings, ball fields, and this very library that stands next to me. Certainly, all extremely important buildings and assets to the town and the needs of our growing community, but none greater than the impact this hole in the ground behind me will have. We owe an enormous debt of gratitude to our seniors that will benefit from the services provided by the staff that will house this building. A safe space for meetings, exercise, games, socializing, dining, and our veteran services. Though all the technology and smart devices that have seemingly brought the world closer has also pushed many of our neighbors apart. In a time when many of us don't even know our next door neighbors or socialize with the personal physical interaction, a community building like the Shattuck Center will allow us a glimpse of what it means to care for, interact with, and learn from those that will gather here. I am proud of Littleton today, for there is no greater calling than the care of our elderly and those in need. Thank you. I would now like to introduce the chairperson of the Council on Aging, Marjorie Payne. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I have to get organized. Bear with me. I have a little speech, very brief. I'm probably be the briefest one, I hope. So, good afternoon to all of you. This truly is one of the most exciting days. I'm going to tear up, I'm that way. I have experienced since becoming a Littleton resident volunteer. I cannot think of a better reason to celebrate. And this day has been 30 plus years in the making and has involved so very many people, as Gary just alluded to. But I'm saying it's impossible to mention specific names. You know who you are. Please accept our sincere thanks. As I reflected on my own involvement in this process, I came to realize two things. More things, but two important things, I think. First, I'm a novice in this process. I've only had 12 years experience. Really, that's nothing compared to what other people have been doing. And secondly, many changes and much growth have occurred the past 12 years, which since I've been around, not due to me necessarily, but there's just so much happening, and it just only supports the need for this building to arrive ASAP. Here are just 4 significant changes I think are worth recognizing. The COA board has transitioned from a supervisory role to that of an advisory role to support the director and staff as they work to ensure the needs of seniors are met. Board members are actively involved in the preparation of space, provision of varied services during events, and the cleanup of it after events, and are essentially more involved with a hands-on approach than previously. And the Elder and Human Services Department, get this statistic, they have grown from 2 staff in the past 12 years to 5 today. Their workload data is quite amazing as they meet the needs of seniors and all other age groups of our residents. Transportation for seniors has been expanded, and some of our groups that are being seen in this small area over here or 2 on my left, some have grown from 10 to 15 participants to 30 or more crowds, and hard to make enough space for, especially for exercise groups. I could go on and on, but the reality is that this building is arriving at the perfect time. It is so desperately needed. On behalf of Littleton seniors, thank you, Littleton. I better take this.
Thank you. You good? Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Marge. I'd like to have the Director of Elder Human Director of Elder and Human Services, Liz Trediak. Please come up. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm just so excited to be here. Today is a monumental day in this community's history. A day that's been nearly 30, maybe 40 years in the making. As we gather here today in the sunshine, thankfully, and not the pouring rain, we're full of excitement and we are on the threshold of a new chapter for Littleton. We're here to celebrate the groundbreaking ceremony of our long, long-awaited senior center. A moment so long awaited that we couldn't wait another moment to get started, as you can see. This is the culmination of hundreds of meetings, thousands of hours of planning, hundreds of cups of coffee, and countless sleepless nights. For close to 3 decades, the vision of a dedicated space for our seniors has been advocated for by the community members, past and present. It has been a dream now made real by unwavering commitment, perseverance, and an understanding of the importance of supporting Littleton seniors. Each and every one of you gathered here today, whether you have contributed your time, your resources, your support, please know that your presence here is deeply, deeply appreciated, and it's a reflection of how strong our community is. Without your passion and commitment, and all of those late evenings at select board meetings and town meetings, we would not be here today celebrating this momentous occasion. There's a saying within Elder Affairs that a senior center does not operate just within the 4 walls of the building, but that the reach extends to the entire community. It may be hard to imagine that right now, but what lies behind me in this rebar and concrete and framing is our future center. It represents so much more than just the materials. It will be a place where new and old friendships are fostered, support is found, and memories are made, where isolation can find an end, where one's purpose can be reimagined, and a helping hand or a friendly face is just around the corner. Truly remarkable things happen right now within our 3,000 square feet on the 2nd floor of this building, and we're so excited to see what could potentially happen in a larger space with expanded resources. In the years to come, this center will serve as the hub of activity, offering a wide array of programs, services, and resources for the Littleton community. It is our senior center, the Elder and Human Services Department, and our Veteran Services Department. From fitness classes to educational workshops, from social gatherings to cultural events and support groups, this center will be a vibrant and inclusive space where seniors can engage, connect, and continue to enrich our community. With the impressive Reuben Hoare Library right across from us, this campus will truly be a gem for Littleton residents. As we symbolically break ground today, we do so with gratitude to all of those who have played a part in making this dream a reality. The hard work and professional expertise of LLB architects, Commodore builders, and Vertex, the EHS staff who have lent themselves to sit in on meetings and handled the additional workload flawlessly, the dedicated volunteers on the COA board and the Friends board who have tirelessly championed this cause, and to the community leaders who lent their unwavering support, and to the seniors themselves who have relentlessly advocated for a better space. This moment is a testament to power of community collaboration. So let's celebrate groundbreaking today on a building that holds endless possibilities for the future of this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. I would now like to ask Joe Albanese to come up, the CEO of Commodore Builders.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's great to be back in Littleton, back to see the Reuben Hoare Library in full use. Such a great enhancement to the community, and I'm really happy to represent Commodore Builders today. We couldn't be more pleased to be back in Littleton building your new senior center. You know, the construction industry is a great industry. You know, we build things that endure, and our workforce is an important element of our greater economy. We've got great pride in the products that we work on. Along with your project manager, Vertex, and LLB Architects, we've assembled a first-rate team of managers, supervisors, subcontractors, and tradespeople to deliver a first-class facility to the great town of Littleton. I want to recognize the tradespeople specifically that will work on this project for their skillful hands and their commitment to safety and quality. You know, thank you for your hard work and your role in creating this facility. You know, so many projects have a purpose, impacting communities in an important way, but these are the best projects that our teams can work on, projects that bring communities together. Today's aging population, now that I'm a baby boomer and really get it, right, will rely on the programs and support of the Littleton Senior Center for many years to come. Here we stand in the early days of the project, a great moment in time to acknowledge what's ahead of us on this project and to reflect on the programming, design, and planning that has been accomplished thus far. We may stand here again when the project is topped off, and once again to cut the ribbon, all important milestones in time to reflect on the effort of so many people towards the completion of this important facility. So congratulations to the building committee, local politicians, town leaders, and the citizens of Littleton, all the people that have brought their vision to this point of implementation. We thank you. Thank you for entrusting Commodore to deliver on your dreams. We will not let you down. Now let's get back to work. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I'd like to ask Adam Frank to come up, please, the COA Program Director in the Executive Office of Elder Affairs.
Thank you. I wish I'd brought my Eclipse glasses from yesterday, but we'll get by. Thank you so much for having me here. I bring warmest congratulations from my boss, Secretary Elizabeth Chen. She's really looking forward to coming out here. I know you had some bad luck with the weather. She was just not able to reschedule, but she'll be out here for the ribbon cutting when this is done. So please invite us. I would like to congratulate the town of Littleton for really making its veterans and older adults a priority with this building. This is going to be great. At Elder Affairs, we regard the Council on Aging as the front door to aging services, because there's a lot of great programs and supports for older adults, and it can be kind of daunting getting your head around what's out there and what's best for you. So the Council on Aging is a great place to start, and the center at Shattuck Street is going to be the center for all of that in Littleton. This includes help with taxes, tax preparation, speaking with the Shine counselor to help get enrolled in Medicare and other benefits. Less urgent but equally important, there are lots of programs here that help reduce isolation and promote independence. These include the Book and the Bite program, where you can get a book and or a DVD and a snack delivered to your home by the library staff. Fantastic. The Banjo Sing-Along, but every other Monday, is that right? I'm a day late, I'll be back. I love this one, the Romeo Club. If you see me here in 10 years, because I've moved here, it's because I wanted to join the Romeo Club. They tell me it's not a Shakespeare study group, it's retired old men eating out. There's also the Juliet Club for the ladies. I'm sure that's great too, but ladies, I am challenging you to come up with an acronym as good as retired old men eating out, because that's really good. And I know it's a little challenging, it's a longer word, it has that J in there, but you know, like they said about Ginger Rogers, she did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels. So you can do this. Don't let me down. Equally important for staying connected, but maybe not as fun, there's support groups here for people who've recently lost a loved one or people caring for a loved one. All crucial, critical programs, and as good as they are, I know you know this, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a warm, welcoming place to host these programs that people want to come to and stay. So this is fantastic. Congratulations. Thank you for having me here on this truly groundbreaking day.
Right, thank you. All right, our final speaker today will be Mr. James Arciero, our representative. Continues to be a pillar of support for Littleton and our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, first and foremost, congratulations, Littleton. This is amazing. Give yourselves another round of applause. I had the wonderful and unique opportunity to grow up and around in this area, bagging groceries at Donlands, an Eagle Scout in Westford, and I think like so many individuals that are here that have grew up in this area or been in the region, you've certainly seen the changes. We've seen a lot of changes over the years. Now, myself and Senator Eldridge have had the wonderful and unique opportunity to represent Littleton in the legislature over the last 16 years, and we've seen that. But the one thing that I'm very proud of, especially representing a town like Littleton, is the investments that you've made in your community, pillars of your community. In the time that we've been in office, we've seen a new police station that we're proud of. It's become a community event as well. I mean, community event for our charities, for the Toys for Tots. It's become a place for individuals to come and to meet. We've seen the investment in a new fire department, which is just a beautiful building. As we saw the chief just retire last week. We saw this beautiful groundbreaking of the Reuben Hoare Library, and now the senior center. These are pillars of our community. And I'm just very proud to represent a community who certainly believes in investing in that community and investing in the things that we hold so dear in our values. But there's a few things a couple shout outs I would like to throw out there before I close my remarks. First off, I want to say the wonderful partnerships we've had here. Can we get a shout out to the Littleton Board of Selectmen and the town administrator, Jim Duggan? Also, I would be remiss if, over the years, Senator Eldridge and I have always hosted various luncheons and dinners with the Friends of the COA. With Liz, of course, has been just a wonderful advocate and leader here and the work that she's done. But we've had, over the last 16 years that we've represented this area, we've had the opportunity to have various luncheons and events with seniors. And if I didn't give a shout out to Barbara McCrae, who for the last 16 years has been advocating on behalf of today's event to happen, to move forward, and Nancy Levine, come on. I mean, you guys have been amazing, amazing advocates. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention you today. Congratulations, Littleton. I look forward to our next steps, and I'm so proud to represent you and be a partner. Thank you very much.
All right, that concludes the formal part of our ceremony. We're going to be putting on some hard hats and some shovels up here. We probably can't do everybody at once, but we'll. I would ask some of the representatives to come up that were mentioned. Select Board, COA. We want to get a few pictures of us breaking ceremonial ground here. Once again, thank you, Littleton, for coming out. Hopefully see you at the ribbon cutting ceremony next summer, I believe, is what we're looking at. Thank you.
One, two, three. Two, one. A little bit. Three, two, one. One, two, three, toss. Two, one. Two, one. Yay! One, dig. Two, hold up. Three, toss. One. Works for me.
This project's never gonna get done. Not with her directing. They're ready, Judy. They're ready.
Hold on.
We gotta redesign it.
Three. One, two, three.